Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this new video of Daily Current Affairs. So today we'll discuss important updates for the day 13th of August 2020. So before we begin, I have gathered 5 words that will surely boost your vocabulary and they will be important for major competitive exams as well. So I am Ayush, your host. Let us get started with the session of the day. Alright, so the first word for the day is contraption. So it means a machine or device that appears strange or unnecessarily complicated and often badly made or unsafe. So the Hindi meaning for this word is simply machine, and the synonyms for this word are apparatus and widget. The sentence that can be framed from this word is repairing stereos and making contraptions out of spare electronic bits. Second word is consternation, which means a feeling of anxiety or dismay, typically at something unexpected. So the Hindi meaning for this word is ascharya. The synonyms for this word are disquietude and perturbation, and the antonyms are satisfaction and contentment. The sentence that can be formed from this word is to her consternation, her car wouldn't start. Third word is celerity. So it means swiftness of movement. So the Hindi meaning for this word is tezi, and the synonyms for this word are alacrity and haste. The antonyms are delay and slowness. So the sentence that can be formed from this word is the remaining celerity will be related to the motion of waves. The fourth word is disparate, which means essentially different in kind, or you can say not able to be compared. So the Hindi meaning for this word is asaman. The synonyms for this word are contrasting and diversified. The antonyms are homogeneous and analogous. The sentence that can be formed from this word is they inhabit disparate worlds of thought. The fifth and the last word is accolade, which means an award or privilege granted as a special honor or as an acknowledgement of merit. So the Hindi meaning for this word is samman. The synonyms for this word are recognition and laurels, and the antonyms are condemn and castigate. So the sentence that can be formed from this word is the hotel was the hotel has won numerous accolades. Alright, that's all for the words of the day. Let us get started with the session questions of the day. The first question we have is consider the following statements regarding direct tax reforms in recent years and which of the following statements are correct. So the first statement is for resolution of pending tax disputes, the Income Tax Department brought out the Direct Tax Vivad Se Vishwas Act 2020. Second statement is CBDT introduced Document Identification Number DIN for more transparency in official communication. Third one is last year the corporate taxes were reduced from 30% to 22%, and for new manufacturing they were reduced to 15%, and dividend distribution tax was also abolished. And the fourth one is PM Narendra Modi will inaugurate platform for transparent taxation honoring the honest to further carry forward the journey of direct tax reforms. So which of the following four statements are true? So you can pause the video here and you can read the statements again. So the correct answer is option D, all of the above. So all the statements listed here are correct. And let me give you a brief information. The CBDT stands for Central Board of Direct Taxes, and this CBDT, and it is a statutory body established as per the Central Board of Revenue Act 1963, and it is India's official financial action task force unit, and it is administered by the Department of Revenue under the Ministry of Finance. Alright, moving on to the second question. Recently, Project Cheetah has been revived by armed forces for upgradation of drones and carrying out offensive operations on enemies. So, what is the cost of this project? Okay, so the correct answer is option A, 3500 crores. So, the amid border tension with China, the armed forces are pushing a case for alarming their Heron UAVs, which is called unmanned aerial vehicles, with laser guided bombs, precision guided munitions, and anti-tank, missiles for taking out enemy position and armored regiments. So mainly 90 Heron drones of the three services would be upgraded to be armed with laser guided bombs, air to ground, and air launched anti-tank guided missiles. Alright, moving on to the third question. Skyroot Aerospace has successfully test fired an upper stage rocket engine and has become the first Indian private company to do so. So, what is the name of the rocket engine? So, the answer is option B, Raman. So, the company is a Hyderabad headquarter firm backed by CureFit and Solar Industries, and this company has become the first company first Indian private company to demonstrate the capability to build a homegrown rocket engine. So basically, it is a 3D printed rocket engine named after Nobel laureate C.V. Raman, who got Nobel Prize in 1930 for Raman effect. And this rocket engine has fewer moving parts and it weighs less than half of the conventional rocket engines with a similar capacity. Okay. Fourth question is choose the incorrect statements from the following statements. So it is regarding Assam Accord. So Assam Accord was a memorandum of settlement MOS signed between the union government and leaders of the All Assam Students Union ASU in 1985, which was signed after 6 years of Assam movement. Second one is in 2019, a high-level committee was set up for implementation of Clause 6 of Assam Accord, headed by retired IAS officer MP Bez Barua, which submitted its report in February 2020. The third statement is Clause 6 of Accord relates to the protection and preservation of cultural, social, linguistic identity and heritage of Assamese people. Till now, till now, no government has passed any legislation to provide constitutional protection to the Assamese people as mentioned in Clause 6. The fourth and the last statement is recently ASU, All Assam Students Union, has made public the recommendations of the panel on Clause 6 of Assam Accord, so which was submitted to Chief Minister of Assam, Mr. Sarvanand Sonowal in February 2020. So you have to select the incorrect statement from the listed statements. So you can pause the video here and you can reread the statements. Okay, so the correct answer is option 2. This statement is false. So the Assam, let me tell you a brief thing about here. The Assam movement actually was between 1979 to 1985 and it was ethno-nation ethno-nationalist movement against Bengalis in Assam and some of whom were recent immigrants from Bangladesh. So the chairman of this high-level committee was a retired High Court judge Biplab Kumar Sharma. Let me tell you that initially retired IAS officer MP Bez Barua was named as the head of the panel, but he refused to head the panel, and ultimately the retired High Court judge Biplab Kumar Sharma was made the head of this high-level committee. Alright, the fifth question is recently Union Minister Narendra Singh Tomar launched ICAR's Data Recovery Center Krishi Megh. So among the following centers where it has been established. So the correct answer is option A, ICAR NAARM. So this ICAR NAARM stands for Indian Council of Agricultural Research, National Academy of Agricultural Research Management, and it is situated in Hyderabad, Telangana, and it was established in the year 1976 by ICAR. So the move is aimed at protecting the precious data of government's premier research body ICAR. So currently the main data center of the ICAR is at the you say Indian Agricultural Statistics Research Institute, which is mentioned here, ICAR IASRI, in the national capital New Delhi. Okay, so Krishi Megh has been set up under the National Agricultural Higher Education Project, which is also called NAHEP. So NAHEP stands for National Agricultural Higher Education Project, funded by both government and World Bank. Okay, let me tell you a brief detail about ICAR. So it stands for Indian Council of Agriculture Research. It was established on 16th of May and in the year 1929, and the headquarters lies in New Delhi. Its president is again Union Minister Narendra Singh Tomar. All right. Sixth question is, in a recent study, details about Tanistrophes that lived on Earth some 242 million years ago, which had its neck longer than its body, has been found. So under which type of animal kingdom does it comes? So the answer is option C, reptiles. So Tanistrophes are believed to have lived around the Monte San Giorgio basin on the Swiss-Italian border during the Middle Triassic period, which is like 247 to 237 million years ago, and were originally mistaken to be a kind of pterosaur, which is also called a flying reptile. So scientists used high resolution CT scan. Now the full form of CT is computed tomography, and they reconstructed a 3D prototype of the crushed skull, and this study was published in the journal Current Biology. Okay, CB, you can say Current Biology. Seventh question is, consider the following statements about recent report of business responsibility reporting. So the first statement is, the committee recommended two formats for disclosure, one comprehensive format and the second one little version. Second statement is, the committee also recommended that the BRSR be integrated with MCA 51 portal, and in the report the committee recommended a new reporting framework called as the Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report BRSR for reporting on non-financial parameters. So which statement or statements are incorrect above? So you can read the statements here. So the correct answer here is option B, 2 only. The second statement is false here because it is not MCA 51 portal, it is MCA 21 portal. So MCA 21 portal is the electronic backbone for the dissemination of information to all stakeholders, you can say including the regulator, corporates and investors. So let me tell you what is business responsibility reporting. So it is, you can say, it has been outlined as a tool to help companies understand the principles and core elements of responsible business practices and start implementing improvements which reflect their adoption in the manner the company undertakes its business. All right, moving on to the eighth question. Mount Sinabung was in the news. So where is this located? So the correct answer is option A, Indonesia. So Indonesia's Mount Sinabung erupted, sending a column of ash and smoke more than 16,000 feet into the air. The volcano, which is situated in North Sumatra, has been active since 2010, and recently a ring of fire term was in news, which is related to this news only. So you can say Indonesia is home to many active volcanoes due to its position on ring of fires. ROF, I'm writing its ring of fire, or it is the circum-Pacific belt, which is an area along the Pacific Ocean. So note down, it is a Pacific, it is on the Pacific Ocean area, characterized by active volcanoes and frequent earthquakes. So this ring of fire is home to about 75%, okay, 75% of volcanoes and about 90% of the earthquakes. All right. Moving on to the ninth question. Which country has shared state-of-the-art artificial intelligence-based technologies and high-end equipment with AIIMS Delhi for COVID-19? So the answer is option B, Israel. So it includes an AI video oriented. So AI stands for artificial intelligence, voice operated autonomous personal AI assistant robot, an app that can be installed on any mobile phone, you can say, of the COVID-19 staff, and this makes the work of the hospital staff, inside the COVID-19 departments much more effective and easier. 10th and the last question is, recently, Labor Ministry is going to relax the eligibility criteria for availing in unemployment benefits under the Employees State Insurance Corporation. So this will help how many ESIC subscriber? So ESIC is nothing but Employees State Insurance Corporation. So the correct answer here is option B, 32 million subscribers. All right. So that's all for the session of the day. If you think this video helped you to raise your awareness about important updates and happenings around the world, please leave a like on this video. If you have any suggestions, do write in the comment section, and also you can write to our email address officers.plus@gmail.com, and please hit the subscribe button for important updates on a regular basis. So thank you very much for listening to me. Have a very good day ahead.